during my college, right, I had this very racist professor.
Okay, let's talk about racism. Yeah. Just hold on a second. Hold on a second. Let me show these logs. He's awesome, man. I want to talk about the Indian gaming community, especially the developer community that we have got. Is there any people who helped you or even ditched you who can just tell me without mentioning any name? Who is conducting all the business kind of scenario in your team? Is there any guy?
It's me, but
Okay, but how?
no,
You
that's
are
not.
contradicting yourself. All the VCs, all the angel investors are giving money, giving funding to the mobile games, and mobile games are also very easy for people to grab and play because maximum of them are in freemium model. Specifically from the childhood till now, when it comes to communication, are you kind of extrovert or introvert?
I would say I'm more introverted.
Okay. Probably that's why it take like 2 months to schedule an interview with you.
Oh no, that,
After not doing your graduation, then you came back home, then you started with a degree to make your parents happy. So what about your parents right now, because you are not even utilizing that degree? Are you married?
not yet.
Not yet. Then you probably got the same pressure that we in this age get from the parents, that please get settled, get married.
My backlog is huge right now. I have a
Okay,
lot.
everyone's backlog is huge, but no one mentioned. You are the probably the first one to mention, I guess. And lots of people say, because I have also heard that IGNU certification are not valid in many sectors. I don't know whether it's true or not. There are lots of games in India, people are making or yet to make. They are taking the Indian name or the Indian themes behind the game. But if you go by the statistics right now, Steam users in India in global percentage is less than a 1%. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to yet another new and fresh episode of Gametout Gossip, and this episode will going to be very fun, but maybe a little bit problematic for me because we will be speaking for the very first time in English, and I want to host your today's guest, the founder of ReDimension Game, Mr. Pekru. Mr. Pekru, welcome to the show.
Hey, it's good. It's well. It's going well. Thank you for the introduction. How are you
Yeah.
doing?
I'm doing fine, and this will going to be the special interview because this will be going to be hosted in English, and my English is not that good, but I will still try. I will still try to make you comfortable. And I just want to ask that where are you from?
I'm from the state of Nagaland.
Okay.
We are based from Kohima. It's a district in Nagaland, it's the capital of Nagaland.
Yeah.
We're a small studio from Kohima, basically from the
Yeah.
northeast.
In childhood, in history, there are some pages that call that like capital and states. So I heard of Kohima, the Nagaland Kohima. It's in the border of Myanmar, right?
Yes, it
Okay,
borders.
almost,
Yeah,
almost. So it's far east basically, and
yeah.
yeah, and yeah, when it comes to game colleges or something, I think those particular colleges are whether in north or specifically in south or maybe in some of in west. So don't you feel isolated when you start a game development journey from there?
Yes. So let me start with how I got into game development.
Sure, I will get to that. Yeah.
So initially, I grew up playing a lot of these RPG Maker games. Huh? So I wanted to pursue a career in game development. This was back in 2011, but there was no options in India. So I did a normal CS engineering degree. I came down to Bangalore and I studied because we don't have any colleges back at home related
Okay.
to game development. And in India also, it's very few at that time. Now. So that's basically how it started. And then I began my career as I was working for a mobile game development company in Bangalore.
Okay.
But it wasn't for me. I didn't enjoy doing that. So this is back in 2016. So
2016. Okay.
yeah. So I just decided I would come back home because during that period, a lot of indie games started coming up, like popular indie games like Stardew Valley, right, Binding of
Study
Isaac,
well. Yes. Yeah.
Retail. So these creators really inspired me. Maybe I wanted to pursue. Maybe I can do it as a solo developer. No? I have YouTube. I can learn everything online. So
Yes. So do
basically,
you believe that everything can be learned from YouTube as a game developer?
yes, not YouTube, but online. Yes, you
Okay.
have to read a lot of articles and stuff, and then most importantly, you have to uh, do a lot of. You have to do the work. No? You have to work on small projects on your own, and
Yes.
that's how we basically learn. So
Yes.
that's how I've been learning, and that's how
Okay.
we, as a studio, also have been learning.
Yeah.
So uh, around 2017, I came back home, and then uh, around 2019, I started working with an artist. So
Okay.
he also did not have a lot of experience working anywhere as a digital artist, as a game in the game dev industry. So we have been together since that period, and then we have been learning through our projects as we go. Uh, So that's
So
basically our journey in
yeah,
a very
is
short.
there is there any particular game engine that you started with in your game development journey?
I experimented with RPG Maker during my college days.
Okay.
But when I started getting seriously into game development, I just stuck with Unity. That's how I started,
Okay.
and I still use Unity.
Okay. Okay, so we will get back to this in a few moment, but I would like to know that how this all thing started. You know, as a little boy, as a kid gamer, how did you started with games, and what kind of games you used to play in your childhood?
Uh, uh, I play a lot of games. I grew up playing so many games, like right from there's Mario, our Super Nintendo, like
Okay,
the
yeah,
we used to get in the market, right? Those console games, and then around in my fifth standard, I actually like there was when we got our first computer at home.
okay,
So I started with Age of Empires, the demo
okay.
Empires, and then
Can you
uh,
mention the year?
don't remember the class. It should be around
2000, early 2000.
probably
Yeah,
early 2000, yeah.
yeah.
Uh, and then
Because that time Age of Empire was very famous.
ha, ha, ha.
Yeah,
That
please
was the
go on.
time when I think the second game was coming out, and I only played the demo. Uh,
Okay,
and then I played a lot of Delta Force, and then Motocross Madness, and all those kind of games.
okay,
Um, but one game which really impacted me was there was this RPG Maker game called Alexa's Power.
okay.
Uh, I got the game through those digit CDs you get, digit magazines, chip magazines. We used to get CDs of those games.
Yeah, there was a magazine called Digit, but I haven't got the chance to read because
So
that was very pricey at that moment, I guess. So,
that was my, like, they used to distribute DVDs with their magazines, right? So that was my primary source of getting all the games and all those different softwares. So those CDs actually helped me experiment, like know a lot of things like in software and games as well.
okay. Please do tell me that what was your academic background?
Before I got into game development,
Yeah, yeah, obviously.
uh, so after 12th standard science, I uh, pursued my CS engineering
Okay,
from Bangalore Institute of Technology, but I
okay,
dropped out. I didn't like it, so I dropped out around my third year. Then I took a short course on Unity development.
okay. So you never got graduated from any college
I
in that
eventually,
sense.
yeah,
Okay,
I eventually came back home and I did my open degree from IGNU. So I just did a
okay,
normal regular arts and stuff. But yeah, that's
okay.
nothing. That's just uh,
Lots of people say, because I have also heard that IGNU certification are not valid in many sectors. I don't know whether it's true or not.
I don't know. It was for me. It was a thing I just did to make my parents happy. Huh? Because
Okay, you just did it to make your parents happy only, the degree.
uh, so
Okay.
this was not even related to the job I do. I mean, this is a different.
Obviously.
Yeah. So I just came back home and then I was just pursuing this on the side now, and then that's how I completed the degree.
What kind of student were you? Like, are you very like readaholic or something?
No, I was very lazy. I would just study at the
Okay.
last moments, like one day before exam, or one day before exam.
Okay. So how many friends you have still attached from the school life? Are there any?
I mean, life goes on. Everyone goes their own way. Sometimes we meet, sometimes we don't. I mean, it's just the usual, right? So,
Okay.
mm, I, I guess I'm connected with many of those still now. But yeah, just it's just a natural course of life. Life happens, and then some get busy sometimes, and then some have family.
Yeah.
Yeah, we move on.
And specifically from the childhood till now, when it comes to communication, are you kind of extrovert or introvert?
I would say I'm more introverted.
Okay. Probably that's why it take like 2 months to schedule an interview with you.
Oh no, that, okay. I was wondering why you were asking me all these questions. Now I realize. So this past month, na, we have been
Ha,
our company has been under we are part of the aircraft and incubator.
yeah.
We were in our critical month, so we had to build we had to submit a few things for our game. So we were
Hmm.
very busy with all of that. So I had no time
Hmm.
for any interview or anything. So and I also wanted to make sure that when we have this interview, I'm not in this very I'm in a more relaxed state of mind, not in a very
Ah.
so
So
that's
now
why
you are relaxed. Now you are fine.
yeah, yeah. Now we have done
Now
the
I
submission.
can.
Everything is smooth now.
Yeah, now I can ask you some really tough questions and some really emotional questions because I don't know whether you have seen my any interview or not before.
Uh, I I did like skim across some of your videos.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Then probably let me tell you something. This is not an interview. This is kind of a gossip, and I would like to bring all the person from the game developer or perspective or the game anyone any personalities from the gaming community, and they come and then talk their heart out. Okay, so specifically there is a concern going on. You also know that real money gaming and all this, so we have shoot a podcast and we have just uh, go all guns blazing with that. So there is no holds barred here, so you can talk your heart out. If you feel like anything, you can just speak it out. Okay, just give me a second. Okay, so the thing is, let me just silence my mobile. I forgot to silence it. Yeah. So the thing is, I would like to know that after not doing your graduation, then you came back home, then you started with a degree to make your parents happy. So what about your parents right now? Because you are not even utilizing that degree. You are into game development. So
Mm.
are they still happy with you?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
see, it's a very complicated thing.
Okay.
Like this is what would I say? I've also achieved success in my career, kind of middle level of success. So
Mm-hmm.
there, where I am right now. But it's a long journey, right? Along the way, you have to keep doing these steps, small
Yes.
steps. And I'm pretty sure even if I didn't graduate with that degree, they would have been still supportive of me. Because
Hmm.
one of the reasons why I'm able to go on this journey is because they are very supportive. If they were very against it, I think I would have failed from day one itself.
Great. Are you married?
Not yet.
Not yet. Then you probably got the same pressure that we in this age get from the parents. That please get settled, get married. These things happen.
One of the things which helped me is I'm a very stubborn person. So when I think about no, I
Yeah.
like to do this, like my mind is fixated on that, and people's opinions don't really matter too much. Like when I'm thinking about something, na. So my parents, even if they were to come up with this pressure, I would tell them, no, I have to achieve this first. I have to work on my career first, and then marriage will come later. Because There's no, even if I get married, there's no career to support that marriage. How will it work? Nah? So I come
Yes,
out with game.
obviously,
Yeah.
obviously that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, let me ask you about your company. Okay, ReDimension Games. You started this company on 2019, probably. Yeah. So, what did it all went like? How was it? The first phase of your company when you started.
When we first started,
Yeah.
when I first started, it started with me 2018. Okay, I came back home, and then
Okay.
I was working alone for almost a year.
Okay.
I was just skilling up myself, and then I realized that I need to. I'm very bad at art, so I need someone who will help me with the art. So I began searching for people, and that's when I met Imli, our first co-founder. Uh,
Okay.
he and me, we started 2019, and we did not plan it as we would become this company later. We were just a
Okay.
small indie team working on a game. That's how we started. We just want to build this game, and then we began working together, and that was our first. There's a first project called. We wanted to make an art turn-based RPG called Relesia, and then we worked on it for 3 4 months, and then it didn't work out, and then we shifted to another game, and then we kept on making a lot of games over the course of this almost 2 years, I think. And COVID
Okay.
happened.
Yeah.
Just after COVID, we met our second co-founder called Loevi. He's our musician. We wanted to work with a musician who would do music for our games. So this is the core team. We've been working together for about 3 years after that. Uh, we During COVID, we were working from home basically, and
Okay.
then that
Yeah.
gave us a lot of time to break away from the project mindset and then recollect ourselves, and then hey, do we really want to build this game? So after COVID, this is around 2021, during the first initial what opening of the lockdown, right? So we came back, and then we started a game called After Eden. So this game After Eden was the first what do I say? It's the first
2021.
prototype
Yeah.
of our current Sojourn Past right now. So we worked on that for about 1.5 years, and then 2022 December we released it to the public for open play testing and stuff like that. We got a lot of feedback, and then we wanted to. Oh, sorry, 2021, and then we got a lot of feedback, and then 2022 we started working on Sojourn Pass. So we
Okay.
had a long time improving ourselves and then improving the product also. So we were only three then, and then at the end of 2023, we got awarded. I mean, the Game Sojourn Past won the upcoming Game of the Year at IGDC. So that opened up a lot of opportunities for us, like meeting Grafton through business. I mean, this thing, and then
Yes.
a lot of other.
Yes.
We were put in a spotlight, huh? So people started to notice us. That's when we started. Maybe if investments come in, maybe we will
Mm-hmm.
make the team bigger. So
Absolutely, absolutely. We will go to Sojourn Pass, the game itself. But right now, I want to know that you build up a team, you hired people, you co-founded with someone, and I saw in LinkedIn that all the people are from the same place,
hmm,
and probably you guys are working on site. You guys having an office or something there. So yeah,
yeah.
my question will be that financially, who is backing all things up?
So before, there's two phases to our journey so far. So one is before we got funding, and one is after we got funding.
Yeah.
Before we got funding, it was mostly us working at home or a small office here uh, at my home. So it was all bootstrapped before. And after we got funding, after IGTC, we are part of the Grafton Incubator. So that program also grants us funds. So those funds has allowed us to have this office right now. And then
Yes.
we hired a couple of more people. So yeah, that's basically how we have gotten our funding.
Okay. Great. So you have approached to Krafton, right, with the game,
Yes.
and there is a green signal, I believe, right now.
Yeah, we are currently under that program. So
Okay.
we are currently developing the game with feedback from them, and then You know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they have give you the money or something, or for the backup.
Yes. So if you are selected for that program, you get funding as well
Okay.
as you get a lot of mentorships and guidance with your product also.
Surely, but that means ki they are giving you the guidance, they are giving you the mentorship, but you have to hire the team yourself only,
Yes, yes,
and you have the ultimate decision ki whether I'm going to hire someone or in that position or not. So that will be your call.
yes.
So I just wanted to know that how things happen, after getting the publisher or something. So right now, let's talk about Sojourn Past because I have seen the game. There is a page, a Steam page. Obviously, you have got a really good website. I really admire your website because it's so simple and soothing also, as well as your game. Probably it will going to be a cozy adventure game that I could feel like a 2D kind of atmosphere will be there. So tell me something regarding the game.
So first of all, it won't be very cozy. Yeah,
Okay.
the game is very challenging. We're
Okay.
targeted more towards a not exactly hardcore, but a more intermediate audience. No? So we are targeting more experienced gamers with our game. So the game is a 2D action adventure uh, with a lot of small bullet hell elements. So bullet hell is also a genre we've meshed together with our game. Mm, what we The game is about exploring a game world. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Features like our main character going through the various 5 stages of grief. So um, how does one overcome grief? Like you lose a loved one, and then you go through these different emotions. So uh,
Okay.
what do you what emotions do you experience? So we want our players to be able to relate to our main character and him going through all this anger, bargaining, denial, depression, all those
Okay.
uh, emotions. Through, we want to convey that through our storytelling and cutscenes. And also our game, we do want to, there's a lot of secrets in the game. So you can uh, we want players to have fun while exploring the game and be fully immersed. So it's
Okay.
that's basically how I would pitch the game.
So what will be the camera angle? Will it be like the third person camera angle or something, or a side scroller?
Yes, there's a trailer in our game in our website. It's a three-fourths orthographic perspective. So the game will be based on a. It's not a strictly top-down, but a three-fourths view.
Okay. So is
Kind of,
there?
yeah.
Yeah. Please go ahead.
It's kind of like games like we are heavily inspired by games like Hyper Light Drifter, and then some parts of Enter the Gungeon and Greece.
Greece is good. Yeah, I played that.
So Greece more of a theme because the game also explores the 5 stages of grief. So we really
Yes.
look into that game as a it's a work of art. So it really inspires us to create something of similar caliber.
So is there any difficulty? I don't think so.
The game will be difficult, yes.
Okay.
Uh,
How many?
yeah. It Greece. I'm sorry, Greece. The game
Greece,
Greece.
there is no difficulty, I guess so. In Greece.
We share similarities in themes of the story, instead of
Okay.
the gameplay.
But your game must be very challenging than Greece, I believe.
Yes, it will be.
Yeah. So because of your game is challenging, so as a game designer, you are probably the game designer in your company. So right now, how are you as a gamer? What kind of game helped you to make this particular game? Are you good at like Souls game or something?
Uh, I've been gaming for a long time. I would say I'm pretty decent at games.
Okay.
I do enjoy. I used to play a lot of Dota 2,
Okay.
and then but other single player games I enjoy are Dark Souls, and I enjoy 2D games also like the top down 2D games like Hyper Light Drifter, and I enjoy games. Have you heard the game called Fury?
Probably I heard of, but I never really, researched about it.
It's a small game by an indie team. It's just about fighting bosses. The game is
Okay.
fun. So I do enjoy games with some hard challenges. So that's what I would also lean to when making a game. Something which is not very easy, something which is which you need to fully pay attention to, or which would like you can easily die, as like Souls games.
Since you told ki like you played a lots of games, so I probably wondering that you might have got different set of hardware in your home to play that,
Oh
or
yeah,
just PC.
I my PC is not very good. It's just a mid-range, basic mid-range system.
O-
But
Okay.
I like going back to older games also, because there's a lot of my backlog is huge right now. I have a
Okay.
lot.
Everyone's backlog is huge, but no one mentioned. You are the probably the first one to mention, I guess.
I have around 300, 400 games in my backlog right now, so I just end
Okay.
up playing all games.
Okay. But that is a positive that you as a developer, you need to understand every sort of games, every sort of mechanism probably, so that you can always get an idea from, right? So
Mhm.
you are playing, you are touching upon every games. So that there is a positivity around this. I believe so.
I think so. And just because like your game does not share a similar genre, you can get a different idea from a very different game and then bring it to your game also. So it's
Mm-hmm.
good to look at a lot of different games to get ideas from.
Okay. Since you told me कि your PC is not that capable enough, but still you are producing that game from that PC or any other hardware do you have got?
Now I have a different PC for. I mean, that's my personal PC at home. The ones I get.
Okay, okay, I got it. I got it.
But
So what kind of, yeah, please go ahead.
the system I work do the production with, it's old by now. I basically bought it during when I initially started my game development journey, right? So it has a
Okay.
Ryzen 1700. I got it during way back 2016, 17. I don't remember. So
Okay.
it's quite old by now.
Yeah, that is obsoleted almost.
Oh yeah, I would say, but it's still running, and I have sentimental values attached to it, so I still use it.
Okay, so you are very sentimental also in these kind of situations.
Not really. If it became unusable from my,
Okay.
and I would shift, change it. But it's still usable, and then it works, right? So
Huh.
more of like I don't want to waste.
Okay. Why I'm getting a vibe from you that you are a keeper? Are you a keeper?
Keep. What do you mean by keeper? I mean, can you
I
expand?
mean, keeper means that if you love something, you would like to try to hold and grab that particular thing, still have the power. Are you a keeper, or just like okay, you just don't want to go that go?
Yeah,
I
yeah, kind
don't.
of.
Yeah.
Things I have sentimental value that I end up keeping over the years. Oh, I have this very. Do you remember we used to get this Pokemon stuff with chips, nah? Chips packets.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Tazo
Yeah,
Tazo type.
yeah, that's what I still have those from my childhood. Nah?
Okay, so you are a good keeper, right? Those people are very sentimental. Also, would like to attach with things.
Hmm.
Are actually fundamentally not a very good business minded person, and that's okay. I are you the one, or are you good in business?
No, I don't think I'm a business person. I wouldn't disagree with that. Yeah.
Okay, because that's a mentality trait. Sometimes I heard. I'm not sure, but right now you are telling that obviously there is some possibility.
Could be.
So yeah. Please.
Oh yeah. That may be one of the reasons why if you want to pursue game development, making money
Mm-hmm.
and making a decent game. I mean, if your aim is just to make money, I mean, you will make a different kind of game. But if you want to make a unique game, which will probably sell well, hopefully,
Mm-hmm.
there's a different kind of mentality want to go into game development with, right? Because if your end goal is just to make money, there's lots of better ways to do it. Like you can just work on, those. There's easier games to make, I would say. You can select your genres with that. Uh, how do I say? the ones which are popular in the market right now, which grabs more attention.
There are hyper casual game, normal casual games, that mobile games particularly, it's really good popular, because one thing that I really don't like but still is going on, there are real money gaming, and that is a different kind of genre. But the thing is ki all the VCs, all the angel investors are giving money, giving funding to the mobile games, and mobile games are also very easy for people to grab and play, because maximum of them are in freemium model.
Yeah, and make
Yeah,
also, it's very much easier to make mobile games. I mean, as a game,
yeah.
not as a business model kind of thing. Yeah.
So maximum people are playing the mobile games, and they are not even touch with PC. They do not even know. Some of them know the games like God of War, all the AAA titles, The Last of Us, but they never really got into PC, or never really had the plan to go for a console or PC. They are just happy with the mobile. And still in 2024, you are trying to make a game which will be good for PC, which will be great for console probably. So why not mobile? Because since you've been into this business for a very long time, since you do nothing with your college degree at this moment, you have to go by the game development journey,
Mhm.
चाहे जो भी हो जाए सामने.
Mhm.
So what will be like your process, your thought process, for making this game only for mobile and console?
Uh, first, first of all, with the game, with my game, I just from the start, I did not want to make a mobile game, because when you make a mobile game, to succeed, you have to change the structure in such a way that it fits the market, right? So you have to have this free-to-play model, freemium models, which you need to put in your game if you are building for mobile, and in order to succeed, right? So I don't want to make that kind of game. So
Okay.
and then I grew up as a PC gamer, so PC was my main go-to for gaming. Nah? So that is where I also identified that in India there's not a lot of PC gamers. Mostly mobile gamers is a majority. That's why we see all these VCs investing into this space, because that's where all the people are, right? Where the demographic is. So we are targeting non-Indian audiences first. Uh, I mean, that's not to say it's not meant for Indian gamers. I would very much like them to try play the game also. I mean,
Okay.
so, uh, but in order to succeed, we need to deviate away from this targeting for that Indian space, and then creating something which will reach the level of these global games, right? I mean, the games which come out from other countries, Western countries, or all those countries, they are they have this bar of quality. So we want to be able to reach that quality, to be able to actually compete on that space, no? And hopefully come up with a very good product. So that's
There are lots of games in India, people are making or yet to make. They are taking the Indian name or the Indian themes behind the game, so that the game would sell in India, so that people of the India buy more games like this. But if you go by the statistics right now, Steam users in India in global percentage is less than a 1%. 1% से भी कम यूजर है इंडिया पे. So in this scenario, is the by going global is the key?
I would know, because this is my first game. So we are
Okay.
also experimenting, but that's where my initial hunch is. Because in order to survive in a PC console space, you have to start looking at this global audience to be able to succeed, right? Because you need
Yes.
to open up your games to this there's a whole market out there. But cracking that market is another challenge in itself. We don't know how. We are also experimenting. But that's where my initial thoughts are. And with regards to making games based on India themes, I don't see anything wrong with it, because this is where they draw inspiration from, right? So maybe it could also cater to a global audience. But the important thing is, it's not about choosing your themes, but it's making a good game out of those themes. It's a very cool idea. Games like Raji, right? I mean,
Yes.
it's based on Indian mythology, but it's a really well-made game. So I would
Yes.
also like to see more developers coming up with their own ideas and then make really fun games, because at the end of the day, their success would mean the ecosystem becomes better and the support system also becomes better. VCs and investors would also actually want to start moving into this PC console space also, uh, instead of just heavily focus on these mobile games, right? So I think their success would also mean like success in a general success for all the Indian game developers, also the rest of the developers.
So you do believe that some of the games, some of the upcoming Indian games has to be successful in order to get normal games funding from the VC?
Uh, that's a very, I wouldn't say it's very straightforward as you put it, but having successes of a few titles would, you know, investments and VCs, the money usually flows where the success is, right? So
Yes.
that's how things will happen naturally. I mean, there may be some VCs who want to take risks into this brand new market. I
Yeah.
don't know, because again, like I said, I'm not a very business thingy person. I'm just not very
Okay.
very well educated in those spaces. But
So
initially,
so so who is conducting all the business kind of scenario in your team? Is there any guy?
it's me. But
Okay, but how?
no,
You
that's
are
not.
contradicting yourself. That is not going to happen. Yeah.
We focus things at a very basic level, right? We are not
Okay.
one at a time. So right now our focus is development. So when
Okay.
the time comes for marketing and business stuff, we will do it. But let's just focus on the game for now, and
Okay.
then make sure. Yeah.
We'll go to that level, but let me tell you something. Ki what is the current scenario of your game? Is it ready? Is it playable?
We have a playable demo.
Okay, but you haven't public yet.
No, no, no.
Made it public yet.
So we will
Okay.
probably release it next year. It won't be done.
Next year.
Yeah. So
Okay.
we're thinking about Q2 next year right now, but it's a tentative deadline timeline, so I'm not sure. I won't shift the timeline also.
So can you really forward it to someone to play test?
We have a public demo right now. There's a link on our website. You can download it from there directly.
Okay. Okay,
So
sure. I will do that. I will do that and let you know. But the thing you talked about global a lot regarding that game. I would like to ask that you've been to USA for this GDC this year. So why did you went?
uh,
Is there
we
any specific reason?
one of the reasons was we won. We got a booth provided to us by IGDC.
Okay. To
You know,
showcase your game?
yes.
Okay.
So a very good opportunity for us. Uh, so yeah, we need to cater to this global audience. So it's very important for us to go out there and see what the world thinks of us, right? So we got to meet a lot of people came by and tried our game, and then I got to know their thoughts. I was the one going over there from the team.
Mm-hmm.
It's just about perspectives also, like how we are from India, and then you
Yeah.
go somewhere else, and then the way people approach games are different. Huh? Over there, people maybe more open towards these artistic elements in your game, and over here they might be more in the gameplay focus. So it's good to know these different perspectives. Just open up your brain, I would say. Open up your perspective on different. Just expose yourself to these different cultures and uh, see from there how you would want to, which road you want to go ahead with the games you make.
So in any expo, in any specifically booth, people come from all around the world, and have touch the game, feel the game, play the game,
Mm.
sense the game.
Mm.
So what about in your case? Did you make that game playable for the audiences over
Mm.
there?
Yeah, it was a playable build.
And how was the feedback?
Uh, it was a mixed bag.
Okay.
We have two different demographics with our game. Huh? So, uh, like I said, the game is hard. So,
Okay.
casual audiences, they kind of find it too difficult, and then this hard
Mm-hmm.
audience, they kind of find it okay. It's the right balance. So, it's about knowing one thing that event taught me was that the big difference in your target audience. So that further this different set of opinions further, uh, what do you say? What's that word? It's not coming to. Uh, it just opened up my thoughts on like you should target this audience, because if you make this too easy for this audience, then these guys they won't they won't enjoy your game. Huh? So it's
Okay.
very important to know your target audience more. That event really taught me that, because I could hear the feedback firsthand, and then yeah. And also another feedback was there's two different gamers. One they just want to focus on the gameplay, and then the other they really like these stories, like games like Greece. Uh,
Yes.
they want to experience all the music or the artwork. So we also want to have these elements in our game, music, art. So how do we balance these two elements so that somewhere we can meet in the middle ground, like some of the elements, no? So yeah, those different feedbacks really helped a lot in the development process also. I mean, still helping us right now. So.
So you are very open. You are very open to suggestions and everything
Yes,
when people give you.
yeah. It's you have to be,
Okay.
but being open to suggestions and actually working on those suggestions are two different things. So what we do is we have this entire list of feedback, right? And then
Mm-hmm.
you filter out those feedback also. Uh, like I mentioned, if a casual gamer finds it too hard and then we change the difficulty, that would not work well for the game. So sometimes some feedbacks you need to understand fully, like not from a surface level, but why is that happening, and is this what I want the game to be? So you have to be very careful to be acting on those feedback. So it's not just some guy complained this, so I have to do this. It's not like that. Yeah.
Sometime in many games, according to the player's capability, the enemy will come. The enemy will appear. If you play very good, then more enemy will appear. If you play really bad, then one or two will appear, so that they will give you the ease for or the relaxation for the to start your journey at least. Otherwise, people sometimes there are lots of options, lots of games. They will just one click uninstall and they will get to any other game that a developer really don't want. Developer want everyone to stick with the game, right?
Mm. Uh,
So, what was your planning with that? Because I want to know the core idea of yours to sustain with that game.
uh, that I'm not sure. Okay, I mean, as a developer, obviously, I do want a lot of people to play the game, but
Mm-hmm.
more importantly, I want people to enjoy the game.
Okay.
So finding this balance between this casual hardcore audience, like you mentioned, the varying difficulty, right? With
Yeah.
the is having more difficult. That is something we're experimenting with. But like I said, we are also a very small team. We don't have a lot of resources to, implement all of these things. Some very good ideas may be there, but it's not feasible for us to do as a team.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
So it's a entire process by itself. But we are still experimental right now, and these are some of the things we're experimenting with. I can't go into much detail other than this, but it is something we are also very aware of. Then we try to, based on our player feedback, we try to tweak those numbers.
Absolutely. So, as you have said that by the next year that game will be released,
Yes,
probably.
hopefully.
So, yeah, is there any approach in your mind as a business person, as a non-business business person, I could say? So, is there any approach that how you would like to market that particular game in the audience?
Yeah. So marketing is something we're experimenting. It's our first game, right? Like it's our big first game. So that is an area we need lots of. We are very inexperienced in. So right now we are doing this research on how to do it. So it's we haven't come up with a plan, I would say. I mean, a
Okay.
concrete plan. We have a bunch of ideas, but we don't have this concrete plan. But like I mentioned, we are focused on development first at the moment. Maybe we'll start marketing a little bit later, but we will see.
Would you like to set any specific budget for the marketing?
I don't know about that. I've been
Because
talking.
sometimes developer want to go all in the development process and then left nothing for marketing.
That's one issue I have right now with our. Mm, I've been talking to some few fellow developers, and the general idea is you basically, whatever your development budget is, you give 1.5 times of that to marketing, which we don't have. We don't even have 0.5 times, like half of the budget
Okay.
for marketing. So, and finding that budget for marketing is going to be a really tough issue for us, actually.
What will be the probable budget, total budget of your game? If you could give us any idea or any glimpse, don't have to be exact, but little glimpse for the viewers to understand that what kind of budget that particular game could take
Mm.
to build.
So here is we've been working for 2 years before this, no? And then another
Yeah.
year with a bigger team. So we've been working without any salaries and stuff. I mean, there's not really been too much calculation going on. Maybe in a range of 50 lakhs to 1 crore, I would say. If your development time is around uh, 2 years, less than 2 years,
Okay.
1 to 2 years, I would say. But uh, there's a lot of things to consider, like art, audio. What kind of like quality do you want from the art, audio, programming, design, stuff like that, right? So it's very nuanced. I would say it can go even higher. This is like the bare minimum.
Yeah, that is the base. So you got the publisher, right? As a
Hmm.
Crafton will publish it, I guess so.
Oh, one thing. Sorry, let me just add it
Yeah,
to this point.
sure, sure.
So I'm saying 15 lakhs, okay, but that is only considering if you get normal salaries, pay normal. If you're
Okay.
working like me alone, without any like salary,
Like Pratik from Brocula, he did it alone.
So if you're working from home and then without much expenses, then it can be lower because like you will be paid later, right? So, but obviously, if you are hiring people, you need to pay them salaries and stuff like that. So, my calculations are based off of that. But it's fully possible to build games without zero budget, but you have to spend a lot of your time on it. So, time is also a resource. Time is as important as money. So, yeah.
Obviously. So I hope all this hard work will pay off very soon, because we will be so happy seeing that. I want to talk about the Indian gaming community, especially the developer community that we have got. You are probably in the same group that I am in, the game dev community and everything. So how was people's understanding with the game? How is there any people who helped you or even ditched you who can just tell me without mentioning any name?
Uh, so, when we first released after Eden, the game before Sojourn Past, we just posted on that Reddit, and then one or two people played. I mean, we're unknown, right? And then
Yeah.
it's Google form for people to get feedback, and then I posted on this Game with India Discord, but I didn't do much of. I didn't push it too much, nah? So we got
Yeah.
around 50 responses, I think, and that enabled us to get a sense of direction. And then I did a lot of testing with my friends and my friends' friends. I asked them to play, and people around me, the local community, and
Okay.
some circles. It was more of a direct feedback. So yeah, and with regards to fellow developers, I think there's a one or two times whenever I have these questions about, let's say, game design, I would approach it,
Yeah.
hey, is there something we can do here? Or yeah, stuff like that. And then art direction. Art is mostly me asking like some artist friends, or mostly within the team also. Is this good enough? Is that good enough? How's this color? How's that? How's this composition of the scene and stuff like that?
Tell me something, whenever you stuck in making any decision regarding the game of yours right
Hmm.
now in
Hmm.
game development, do you approach other people? Do you have any other mentorship that you would like to mention in the video? Is there any people backing up, rubbing your back? Is there anyone?
Uh, Not right now. Like I would say a go-to person is there. Uh, it's mostly that's how it's been for most of our journey now. We have some question, we just either try to find a solution online through
Mm-hmm.
something on posted, or just give it some thought. Like you have this uh, level design problem. So how do we overcome that? So one of the things I do is I look for games similar, and then do they have the same problem like me, and how have they
Hmm.
uh, implemented their solution, and how can I do something like that, or maybe I get inspired from that solution. So my go-to learning materials have been mostly games from them which are already out there.
Absolutely. So day in and day out for the last 3 or 4 years, probably 5 years, you've been to working. Okay, you have seen it all about the game development, from the scratch. So
Mhm.
basically, have you ever felt depressed? Ever felt sad? Ever
Yeah,
felt like, okay, it's not going to happen? Fuck it.
yeah,
Let's stop this.
so many times.
So how did you cope up, and how did you regenerate yourself? Because there are lots of people who are not will be as wealthy as many developer are, from the parenting backup side. Okay,
Mhm.
and they may not get the fund from the other institution as well, but still they want to develop something for their own. So that will be a message for them from you.
Yeah. Uh, uh, so with regards to depression,
Yeah, I want to know that how to cope up with that. If you feel like I'm stuck, I have to quit, then how not to be a quitter in this kind of situation? How did you manage yourself to perseverance? What is your perseverance?
one thing I would say is over the years I've learned, okay, have clear goals in mind. Like you want to achieve this. So how do I actually achieve this? Like I want to build a game. What goes into making that game? The small steps, nah? So you can actually measure where you are. So one of my personal reasons for depression was my I had this goal of building a game, but I don't know what this is. The rest of the steps. So that's where I got into that mentality of, oh, this game is there's so much work to be done. Can I achieve? Can I really achieve this? So
Mm-hmm.
that sense of getting overwhelmed with this different things. So that's one thing you can avoid. Make clear goals and then give yourself a timeline. Like 6 months, I will do this. If not, you need to be take stock of your resources at this time. 1 month I will do this, second month I will do this. So achieving these small goals and then having this mental idea that, oh, I am achieving my goals will be very helpful when you are, I mean, you won't get discouraged more. That is one. Another thing is it's very important to have a emotional support system, like friends who support your career choice or family. You need one or two persons to help you during these times. So I remember one time I was so depressed and I just went home and then I didn't want to do anything. Nah? And then I was in bed for a couple of days and then I was frustrated, angry.
Okay.
My dad came and then we were talking. And he consoled me and he enabled me to have this mental reset. So even
Mm-hmm.
if my parents were not initially supportive along the way, their support helped me. And then I had this fear in my mind, right? And I'm along this going through this journey for 3 or 4 years. And then see my parents are not very okay with the idea. And then in my mind also, are my parents right? Am I disappointing them? I have this, but along the way, my dad comes and then he supports, and then you get that feeling of, oh, maybe I can do a little bit more. No? Maybe I can try again.
Yeah,
But it's very important to have this support system, I would say.
obviously.
And we're human. We need money to. I'm not money, but we need food to survive. So
Yeah,
for me, in my case, at least I'm at home. At least I get a bed to sleep, and then I get food. My parents
yeah.
provide me that. So in that aspect, I was okay. And then, yes, I lived. I didn't. I wasn't basically making any money, so I couldn't go out much, and then I sacrificed a lot of the social aspect of my life.
Okay.
But I don't think I would regret those choices because I know what I'm moving towards. Na? It's very important to know what you're moving towards, because people will doubt you, and you yourself will start doubting yourself, because uh, when you're starting out without any experience, you overestimate your own capabilities. So once you actually start doing some work, and then you begin to realize that, oh, this problem is bigger than what I initially thought, and then this
Mm-hmm.
thought will overwhelm you. So it's very important to have this, not get discouraged by your own thoughts and discouraged by your own people. Sometimes you can build yourself up, but sometimes you need other people to cope with your emotions. Na? And exercise. uh,
Exercise is the key. Yeah, I have to believe that.
I still find it very hard to
Why?
regularly do it. No, I still find it very hard to regularly do it, like with the time, no? But it really helps
Mm-hmm.
to have a regular exercise schedule. It's really good for mental health. Like
What
it's a,
kind of exercise do you want to do? You
I
would like to prefer?
I usually cycle or play sports, like different sports.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like squats because it's my leg day. Today is my leg day. I will go and do squats. And I do heavy squats like 140 kgs right now. Like, okay, I'm
I
fine with
meant
that.
sports, not squats initially.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, yeah. No, no problem.
Okay, okay. That is also a part of course. Anyway, so yeah, I really want to know that like what was the craziest moment in your life till date, till now. It can be out of the game development scenario. It can be anything.
I don't know about that. I would say it was maybe probably when I took the decision to drop out from college. Like
Okay.
I actually did.
So
Uh,
that is you already mentioned. Tell me something new. Tell me something unique.
no, I had so in my during my college, right? I had this very racist professor. So
Okay, let's talk about racism. Yeah, I always wanted to talk about racism with a far eastern guy because in my college, I have also seen people doing this, chanting and everything. So let's just talk about it. Let's just clarify all this. Yeah.
anyway, that professor was very racist to me. I mean, to people from my state, na? And then just before I left college, I had a huge argument with him because I knew I'm going to leave, so I can say whatever I want, kind of situation.
Uh,
I just did that and I left. I don't want to say. I don't want to say what. I don't repeat what I told him, but yeah, that
ओके
was.
जस्ट मतलब ठीक है गाली गलौज मतलब देना अच्छा लगता है आपको कभी कभार
Not really, but I think that was. I was also quite young and stupid back then. I would say.
ओके
Combination of that and a lot of frustration, maybe.
because you seems very sorted out these days by having a conversation I can totally say that you understand you thought then you do the work I believe so.
Kind of, yeah, in the process, but yeah, building myself up.
Apart from that teacher have you faced any other kind of racism maybe in a friendly way because you go in the developer conference people meet in your sector have you heard anything right of the record of the wall anything that you want to mention without taking the name.
Not really, actually. Like, and especially people from India, the people I've met, now they've been so warm to me. I really like that. I mean,
People are India warmed only in front of your face, not back.
I don't know. I don't want to be very negative.
I don't know. Probably you have met so many sweet people in your journey.
No, I've met, like especially the older generation, right? Like you meet people on the street, like the older. It's more to do with most of the racism that I've encountered in India. It's mostly more to do with coming from ignorance, na? Like you are not exposed to these cultures and you don't do it on purpose.
Mhm.
I would say racism or whatever. So it's not very. I don't find myself very. Don't try to be too sensitive to the issue. So because some people, they don't do it out of malice. They just do it out of ignorance. And then, just for an example, I went to GDC, right? And then I was showcasing the game, and then I was under the India pavilion. Like all the games from India were there. And then
Okay.
there's some ladies from China who came and tried out the game. And then they were asking me, are you also part of India? Because they don't know that about us northeastern side. We don't like, we look a little different, and then
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So I would say these are harmless racism because mostly people are ignorant of. I mean, they don't mean in a very malicious way, right? So it's important to not be very critical of this different what do I say, these situations also. And there's a bunch of times I've encountered these similar situations, but I don't. I've been lucky enough not to experience this very hardcore racism.
Oh, that is good.
Mm.
Yeah, I would like to wrap up this particular podcast, but before wrapping things up, I really want to, give you a compliment regarding your, what did I say? Like hairstyle. I really like your hairstyle. Yeah, absolutely. So, what's your hairstyling statement?
No,
Why did you have a long hair?
I just grew it long and I just tired. I got somewhere along the way. I got tired of cutting my hair. So
Can you just show me for a second how long it is?
yeah, sure.
Can you just show me? Because let me tell you something. If you look back to me, before 1 year,
Uh,
okay, just hold on a second. Hold on a second. Let me show these locks. It's awesome, man. It reminds me like there is a WWE superstar called Shinsuke Nakamura.
okay.
If you know him, he is by looking at your hair I can resemble to him. Anyways, there is also a guy called Roman Reigns, probably you know him as well. So yeah, I had like this long hair and then I had to cut because I was fed up because I had this long hair for 5 years straight from 2018.
Mm.
And yeah, there are lots of problems but lot of good benefits as well.
Mm.
Whenever you go, people, guys having long hair or even beard, people just admire sometime. Look at them.
I haven't experienced that much myself, but yeah, I'll try to notice it. Let's say.
Sure. Are you coming to the IGDC this time?
Yes, I will be there.
I will be there also. So
Ah.
we will meet and we will have something together. Probably a lunch. Who knows?
That would be nice. Yeah.
Sure. So thank you, Pekru, for joining in and showcasing your game and showcasing the other stuff that people would really like to know. And yeah, this is Gametout and thanks for watching this particular video. Video English पे था, कोशिश किए थे बोलने का. हाँ, कुछ कहना चाहते हो आप, please?
Sorry, I was interrupting you, but can I give a brief shout out to? I mean, not shout out, but I just want to put a message to the viewers. Nah.
Sure.
I would really like it if you guys can go to ReDimensionGames.com. There's a link to our demo. Try it out and then let us know what you think. We have a link to our Discord and our socials also. We are always looking for feedback. And yeah, your feedback will really help us with the development also. Yeah.
And all the links I will be provided in the description, so you don't have to worry about that. You just have to click. You just have to go and check the game of yourself and let them know. Let me know in the feedback section, and I can also patch you with Pekru if you really need it. Okay. So thank you once again for joining in, and guys, thanks for watching this particular video. Have a nice day and happy gaming.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure. Bye.